Blah, blah. I'm a little bit sleepy and I'm a little bit groggy today. So I've decided we will read. Read Atomic Game. Okay. Just doing the final few checkups. Sorry. Oh. Oh! Oh! Wait. I saw something interesting in my email. Oh! Oh, ha! My model's done. Oh. 4.0 dinner's done. I just need to send my final things, which I will do now because I'll forget later. Oh. I'm so pretty. Okay. Sorry. Wouldn't usually do that on stream, but I was like, holy shit, my model's done? I must see now. Right, yeah. I need to pay my Nintendo online subscription as well. Right. That is everything. Let's go. Let's start playing. This is probably going to be a very short stream, though, by the way. Actually, I might quickly do that as well. Yeah, that's just made me think I need to do it more. I'm gonna edit the chat. I'm gonna edit this real quick, because when I turn... Yeah, it just looks a little too difficult for me to read. It might be okay for you guys, but if I can't read it, I don't feel confident other people can read it when there's noise in the background. Scenes. Chat. So I think... Cousin to you! Hello! How is you? I just got the news. Well, it was sent to me a couple of days ago, but I didn't check my email until now. 4.0 Den, at least the art, is done. I just need to find a rigger, which I do think I know who. I do think I know who it will be. It will probably be Alice again, the person who rigged this model. Hopefully she opens and I can get in there real nice. Oh, can I not? I don't like how I can't change the opacity. Well, that's the opacity for everything. Oh no! That's not great. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't like that. Is that a little better? Jeez Louises. As you can tell, I'm not feeling immensely fantastic as well. So it's probably going to be a very short stream. I'm just... Thank you. Okay, so we are in agreement that this looks like us, right? Yes. Just a short 15-minute stream. I feel like that looks like crap though. I don't like it. I do. I do need chicken noodle soup. Yeah, fuck it. You can read it enough. I can't be bothered dealing with it now. But yay! Model's done! Our art's done! I just need to find a rigger and save up the money I need. Which, if I check VGen, is Alice free now? Is she open now? Yeah, it looks fine enough. It's the top message when I'm... well, actually, maybe I'll do this instead. Oh, thank you for the 10 biddies. I might... do that. Make it a little bit smaller so it's easy to read the top message. Thank you. Absolutely it will. Alice is not open right now for rigging. But hopefully I can get into a next batch. Either that or I can maybe... see if I can save for someone else. So she won't be open for rigging until the next... she opens up at the 1st of every month. But yay! Probably means, unfortunately, we won't get 4.0 done before my birthday week. I was hoping we would be able to get the art rigged and stuff by my birthday, but might not happen, which bit sad, but oh well. We'll see. I'll look into that more later. Nothing to it. Just stay calm. I collected some letters from Yomi and slowly made my way here. Alright, yeah. We found out last stream that Akaza's Jigen's son. Which apparently was new information. I kind of assumed that already myself since everyone talked about how Akaza's going to lead the red. So I feel like I kind of assumed that already. Well, no, because everyone was saying Akaza would take over because Jigen had no son or like had no heir. Then it's surprise he is the heir. I think that's what went on. But that also means, well, I will, because I've got the whole week off work. No, yeah, it is more likely to be Dolma at this point. But yeah, I've got the whole week off, so I have planned week of streams, streaming every morning, then having a special one on my birthday in the middle of the week. But I need to finalize some plans. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be someone important. From what we've heard about how her mother was like, I wish I could tell you his name one day. He was so important. He would show you the stars and the sun and the moon and stuff. I feel like it's got to be someone we know. It's got to be someone, you know, important with an actual character. So I feel like it is going to be Dolma. Either that. Well, no, because, no, I was like, it could be Fusou, but Fusou's like more of a grandparent age. It wouldn't be Tsukuyomi. I don't think it would be. Otherwise, because, right, Byakuya's mother wouldn't be able to take any color from Tsukuyomi. Because the reason why Tsukuyomi and Himuka don't have colors is because they took their own blood to make the colors. The color classes. So they don't really have colors. So there would be nothing for Hakuya to take. Maybe, but I'm not sure. I mean, it could absolutely be some random who doesn't matter, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I dismissed the legend of the red, but was confronted again with what I'd do about Akaza. Lord Jigen is so mean. I can't believe he kept a secret from me. That a secret from me. I'm here on business, so I won't bring up what I heard yesterday. Good day. I'm here to have the letters inspected. Hi. Dozo. Oh, it's Kudoba. Good day, Kudoba.
うわ、あからさまに俺の顔見てがっかりしなくても、赤さでなくて悪かったな。
Huh? I quickly looked around for a mirror, but there are no mirrors in the office.
うっそ。赤座は海岸に行ってるんだ。俺で我慢しろ。ほら、手紙。
I see. It seems like Akaza and I are already assumed to be close to each other now. Kuroba, let me remind you, I haven't chosen Akaza to be my husband.
昨日、広場のベンチで仲睦まじくパエリア食べてただろうが。
Shut up, Kuroba. No, you just like enjoying going on dates and spending time with each other and smooching. Huh?
そこでそうやって真っ赤になるからだよ。
I hurriedly took the letters out of my bag to change the subject. Here, they're letters to the yellow and the red.
いやー、まあでも赤座になってくれてよかったよ。きっと元気な子が生まれるぞ。
Right? You don't smush your broskies every now and again? Kuroba! Stop saying nonsense.
安心した。これで白も無事に残る。
His words jogged my memory. That's right. It's my responsibility to preserve the white bloodline. I need to find a husband and have children.
いや、そこでそんな真面目な顔で考え込まれてもな。
I'm sorry.
もちろん、断りの医療責任者として、
Exactly,
あんた
Kaze,
が
you're
白の子を
exactly
産んで
right.
くれたら嬉しい。でも俺は友人として二人を祝福するつもりだぞ。
I could tell he was speaking honestly. Maybe I could talk to him about it. Kuroba probably knows a bit about the story behind the cinnabar. Kuroba? The story about the red being cursed.
あれ、まさかそんなこと気にしてるのか？
No.
嫌がるやつもいるけどさ、俺はあの話大好きなんだよな。
Why would you like that story?
だってさ、意味のわからない古い恐怖を人間の知恵で打ち消したってことだろ？
There's one hell of a good line, Kuroba. Huh?
これぞ文明の進化。そうやって一つ一つバカバカしい言い伝えを壊していけばいいのさ。
Huh? What? Did I say something stupid again? I want to applaud Kuroba's optimism. Oh. I suddenly felt so encouraged by him. He's absolutely right. Akaza said himself.
俺はこの島を守りながら帰
No, sorry. Akaza, I didn't mean to cut you off. He probably wasn't saying that to disrespect the law and traditions of this island. I had no intentions of dismissing them either. Thank you, Kuroba. I was looking at things the wrong way.
らしくないぞ。そんなつまらないことを気にするなんて。
You're right.
大丈夫。赤座なら絶対にあんたを幸せにするよ。さっさと結ばれろ。はい、手紙は問題なし。
I'd better get going.
逃げたな。俺もこれから出るんだ。外まで一緒に行こ
Oh, was I keeping you here with checking the letters?
う。いや、俺のはそう大したものじゃない。白のことでちょっと医療院までな。
Haku. Has somebody been infected?
王で一人出た。
The yellow. Maybe it was someone living near me.
そんな顔するな。こればかりはあんたのせいじゃない。原式は特に発症率が高いんだ。
Because you're all inbred as fuck.
生の魔様さのアコン殿も、王の魔様さの鋼殿も、白で亡くなっている。
Come to think of it, I had that too.
予防薬もまだなくてな。あんたも気をつけろよ。
Oh! Wait, I've got an idea, Kaze. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. No, Lord Hagane is Kuroba's father. I was like, what if Byakuya's dad was the old leader of the Yellow before Doma took over? That doesn't make sense. Because Hagane is Kuroba's dad, which is what we found out in his route. Oops. Never mind. I thought I was onto something because it's like, well, her dad doesn't have to be alive. But no, that doesn't make sense. Ignore me. I will. I should get going. Thank you for checking the letters.
あ、そうだ。配達が終わったら海岸に行ってみたらどうだ？きっと会えるぞ。
Not... No, not the blue leader. Akon is not related to anyone. Riku is not related to Akon. Riku was the child of two Hazushi, but his color traits were so blue that he was adopted / taken in by Lady Shura. But I think... I can't remember if Akon was already dead by that point or not. Can't remember if he was dead yet or not. I think he would have been. So no, yeah, Riku's not related, I think. Or... Wait. When Shura became able to bear children. No, it was Yosuke's sister. So no, yeah, he's related to, technically, Yosuga. So yeah, Akon, when Shura couldn't bear children, he raped Yosuga's sister. And then Yosuga's sister eventually committed suicide. I don't think he's related, because then that would make, Riku and Yosuga related. Where is... Yeah. No, I feel like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it really can't be anyone. If they're gonna be a named NPC, it really can't be anyone but who we don't want it to be, Doma. Oh, he's related to Shura. I was like, you know, he might be related to Shura. You know, he's the son of Shura's older sister. Who was Hazushi. So yeah, Riku is related to the current. Yeah. Wait, so... Does that make Yosuga and Riku related? No, not really, right? Because Riku is related to Shura. Yosuga... No, it doesn't, because Yosuga's not related to Akon. Akon just sexually assaulted his sister. If Ayame, Yosuga's sister, was able to bear a child, then that child would have been related to Riku through... No, they wouldn't. They still wouldn't be related because Shura and Akon are not related by blood. True. That is... Oh wait, no. Reno just took them at... Oh wait, no. I didn't read the full passage. He is known as the son of Shura's older sister Reno, but is actually born in Yomi as the child of Hazushi. Because of his unblemished blue traits, he was adopted by Reno. So yeah, he's not related to her at all. Through adoption, but that doesn't really count when we're talking about blood relatives. Yeah. But then again, Akon was a piece of shit. And Hakua specifically said that she was... That Byakuya's father was really kind, was very proud of her, very sweet, so... I mean, that doesn't really fit Doma right now either, but hey. I don't want to see him. He gave another hearty laugh and took his leave. Ugh. At this rate, I'm gonna find myself married to Akaza. I haven't even chosen him yet. He's only slightly more interesting than the others at this moment. But I'm definitely not going to that beach. Lamau. That'd be a twist. As time passed, I finished my deliveries and stood looking at the beach from afar. I'm not planning to go to the beach. I just need to go to my hideout to check on my two new cups. Members of the Kotowari. I noticed a group of men gathered at the beach. Looked like they were carrying something. I wonder if this is what Kuroba was referring to. What in the world are they doing? Curiosity got the best of me and I began to walk toward them. Ah. Of all the people I had to notice. A very familiar person was standing a ways away. Right next to something quite large. Are they doing, like, fitness training? I didn't look for him on purpose. He just has the most prominent appearance out of all of them. Girl, denial is a river in Egypt. Good day.
おや、今日は検閲できずに申し訳ありませんでした。
Don't worry, you had work to do outside the office, right? Is it because of that? Next to him was a gigantic thing. That big... Oh, something washed ashore. True. Next to him was a gigantic thing that had been carried out of the water.
そうです。今朝早く漂着物の報告があったので回収に来ました。
Is it by any chance a ship? Oh! A ship? Washed ashore? Like a full-ass boat. I gazed at it being dragged slowly away.
そうです。海の向こうで使用されているらしい大
Oh,
型
the
のもの
remains of a large ship.
その残骸ですね。
No, by the way they're mentioning it, it sounds like pirate type ship. Like old-timey wooden boat.
重油を動力に動くらしく、どうにか
Oh,
この
no.
島でも
Like a
実用に
speedboat.
こぎつけたいと考えています。
Its motor appears to be powered by burning oil. So yeah, that would be, what, like a tugboat? A speedboat? Not a speedboat. Motor? I think I've read about a kind of vessel that moves with a motor.
研究はもうかなり進んでいて、試作品も何隻かあるんですよ。
By the sounds of it, sounds more like, yeah, like a small yacht. Which they absolutely could reverse engineer and make cars. Because I'm surprised that that's one thing this place doesn't have. They still use horse-pulled carts instead of vehicles. But then again, how likely are they to have a car wash up on the ocean? I researched the cost of construction of several prototypes. I guess it depends on just what can. God, my voice. I guess it just depends on what can feasibly wash up ashore. Because I don't think they'll ever find a train. Locomotive washed on shore. But then again, you've got to think, if there's a boat, where's the people who were on the boat? Probably not faring well, I'm assuming. No, true. Unless they discover a way to use different kinds of oil, like food oil, rather than earth oil? The black stuff that certain politicians are batshit crazy over. Or the soul stones. Actually, that could work, actually. I looked back and forth between him and the ship's remains with
無
interest.
事に浸水できれば、積載量も速度も今の船とは比べ物にならない大型になります。
I wish we still made the big, like, wooden pirate type ships. I wish we still made and used those because they're cool. I think they're cool. I wish we still made and used them in some respects. Even if it's just touristy. They're cool. Making the wooden ships. Does that mean we'll be able to sail past the whirlpools? My heart raced with anticipation.
可能性はありますね。
Oh, so they're thinking if they make a motor that's strong enough, they can get past the massive whirlpool that locks off this area of the ocean. So small. Really? I don't know. Some of those, like, British and Spanish old-timey ships were massive, right? Or are you saying that, like, just compared to the metal ones we make, they can't compare? I mean, I guess you can't make a giant wooden ship the size of a cruise ship. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, New Zealand's, I think, a bit too young to really have anything like that. They're still cool, though. Now, if I was Elon Musk levels of absurdly rich, I would absolutely just commission someone somewhere to make one for me. Ah, the dream. That's incredible. I hope everyone at the shipyard does their best.
伝えておきます。ところでこの後お時間はありますか？
Huh?
船の残骸が流れ着いた後は念のため海上を見回ることにしているんです。同情しませんか？
How can I refuse such a tempting offer? I was drawn in by my curiosity to search the ocean as well as my growing curiosity in him. Blech.
あなたはあれ以来何か楽しいものを拾いましたか？
You mean the message in a bottle? Nothing in particular.
あの手紙に関して少し配慮の足らない発言をしました。申し訳ありません。
See, that's one thing I wish we could do. Airships are awesome. But the closest thing we had was apparently not cool enough. Well, no, actually. To be fair, the reason why we don't have many Zeppelins or blimps around is because of pretty valid reasons. But they're still, I wish we had them. They are cool. There's something like, what, only 5 Zeppelins that exist in the world still, right? Like, there's only 5 left. And whenever those break down, we're out of them. Right, because it's full of, like, the gas used to fill it up is super, flammable, right? But, hey, positive note, because of that, we've got one of the greatest rock bands of all time have a sick name now. I mean, Led Zeppelin could have called themselves anything, but it gave them a sick-ass name. So positive? So the real problem is that they need specialized hangars and docks. True. We just need to figure out something else that can... Like, think about it this way. Instead of filling the balloon with flammable gas, why not just make a giant hot air balloon? Like, just make it a massive hot air balloon. That also may have its problems, but I'm not smart enough to figure out what they would be. Huh? What do you mean?
できるならこの世界のものを全部残してほしい。
Ah! I quickly pulled my cap and turned away to hide my embarrassment. I need to... There we go. I have a blanket. Ah. I'm trying to wrap myself in the blanket without getting caught in all my cords. Warmeth me. Oh, blanket of mine. Okay. There you go. Forget what I said. Now that I've seen it, that ship is far more important than the little bottle I found.
ささやかなものにも価値はあるでしょう。
He looked around the sea with a familiar eye as he skillfully rowed the boat.
もっとこの島を発展させたい。そう考えるあまり、大事なことを忘れそうになっていました。
Cause... Yeah, which sucks. Oh well. At least airships are cool in fantasy.
あなたを不快にさせる発言だったな、と。あの後、ひとしきり反省したんですよ。
Right? And they're super cool. But then again, you also like... Would you be able to do an open air airship? Like the ones in Final Fantasy? Or would it have to be like a submarine, but for the sky? which is kind of like a plane already. Because, like, remember, it depends on how high they fly up in the air, because eventually it's going to be really fucking hard to breathe. And they would probably be slow. They would probably be very slow, much slower than an airplane. Realistically. It would be probably used mostly for short flights between countries who are close. Or flights over land. Because they would be much slower than a plane, I think.
本当は先日の天女島の時に詫びるつもりでしたが、あなたがずぶ濡れになったりで言いそびれてしまいました。
This isn't fair. Maybe it's because we were on a boat at sea, but his heartfelt apology moved me tremendously. Tremendously. But I wasn't very nice back then either. I should apologize too.
なぜあなたまで?
Actually, I might switch this. Yeah, so it goes closer to me. Yeah. True, yeah. Oh, I got my payslip. Yeah, I'm confused about my pay this week. So I was sick on Saturday, right? I called in sick with vomiting because I woke up and puked up all my dinner in the morning. And I still got a sick day, even though I'm pretty sure it is. It's the earliest I've gotten in a while. But if at first when I checked my roster on our works clocking app, it said that I only had like 2 hours of sick allowance left. I was like, oh, okay, well that's fine. I didn't think I had any allowance left, so that's fine by me. But now apparently I have a full day again that they've given me. I mean, I'm not complaining because I don't lose out on any money this week, but I'm confused about how I had only 2 hours and now it's a full day. I shouldn't have any annual leave. I shouldn't have any sick leave left. No, for sure. Part of me kind of wants to ask about it because, like, I don't want to get in trouble if I spend it, but I'm also like, I'm also fantastically happy not being down $188 because that's how much I work a day. My hours, each day I work, I get 188 before tax. No, let's move that to pay slips. And then, yeah, I gotta remember I've got to do my Nintendo Switch Online so I can play my Pokemons. Yeah. I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion that they've changed how the annual leave and sick leave rollover works. I don't know how it works in America, but you know how each year you get a certain amount of sick leave? Yeah, a certain amount of sick leave and a certain amount of annual leave. Usually, that's 6 months after you start working at a place. Back when it's 6 months. So I'm used to my stuff rolling over in June or July. But the the date that it says my annual leave rolls over on my payment slip is the date I first started. Is the date I started working. So I'm not sure if they've changed it or not. But oh well. Yeah, exactly. They sent me a finalized form. I'm like, yep. I'm assuming you guys are doing your stuff the way you need to know. But yeah, I'm just glad that I'm not down a day. I do need to be careful though, because it may not happen again. Okay. Oh, real? Oh, do you have to? Did you? Oh, that's weird. Does the fiscal year affect how much leave you've got? I was being stubborn before. I held down my hair, which was dancing in the sea breeze, blowing about. It's only been about a week, but I've been so horrible to you. He looked like he was trying to hold back a laugh. My mind's been flooded since I started going outside. I've seen and heard so many things, and I've had a lot to think about.
その時は責任を取って私が相手を務めます。
Not to mention hearing that from him. I just didn't want to give in to you. He's laughing? I'm definitely not hearing things.
失礼しました。
The shock of hearing him laugh was even greater than how pathetic I felt being laughed at.
ではお互い反省したということで水に流しませんか?
That sounds good. What was this feeling? Hearing the Iron Mask laugh shouldn't make any difference to me, but... Oh, I think the new ships sound really interesting. He gave a shy but charming smile. It was the first time I'd ever seen him smile like that.
そうそう。昨日は父のことで驚かせましたね。申し訳ありませんでした。
Huh? I clenched my fist to try and stop myself from blushing. Oh, that's... It was more than a surprise. I didn't expect Lord Jigen was, Why didn't you tell me sooner?
親子であって親子ではないのです。
Oh? Oh. Isakaza adopted. Wait. Huh?
断りに所属するときに戸籍上は縁を切るのです。
Oh, okay, no. They are related, but... Okay. What's the word? Where you're like... What's the word? When you're legally separated from your parents. X plus something? We're like legally free from your parents and they can't legally do anything to you. No, not exiled. Exiled's not quite it. Word for legal separation from parents' word. Emancipation. That's what I was thinking of. So yeah, maybe you have to be emancipated. Yeah. When joining the Kotowari, one must sever ties to their family. Kotowari 2. The organization adheres to the principles of fairness and neutrality, and must remove themselves from their family registers after joining. The Kotowari members support the peace and prosperity of the island without prejudice. Okay. I guess that makes sense. You know how, so if you're going to be unbiased towards everyone on the island, then I guess that makes sense. But, ouch. Still a very big step. Sever ties? But why?
平等であるために、公平であるために。
Yeah. This ain't even the most fucked up Otome game. As you know, I still think Birch is worse. But I will say, the Otome game I'm thinking of playing next is a revenge story. Where the protagonist, the heroine, Mistonia, is a maid for a fancy rich people share house. And she's like, I need to revenge against one of you. Who the fuck is it? So it's going to be an interesting one to get through once I purchase it. Yeah, if you think about it too much, you're like, wait, that's a bit fucked. But
俺が何者にも組しない立場だと証明するために。
we need to prove that outside alliances won't exert undue influence. Right? It's called Mistonia's Hope. Honestly, now that I'm up money, I might actually get it this week. But yeah, that was the one I was planning on playing through next. Because I'm like, ooh, revenge story. Interesting. I didn't know you had to do that.
ですから公の場で出会ってもお互い他人として振る舞います。昨日はあなたしかいなかったので。
True. I looked out into the ocean, still embarrassed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything for me to pretend to look at. But you don't look very similar.
よく言われます。母になのかもしれません。顔は知りませんが、この世の誰よりも美しい人だったと父は言いますね。
Did she pass away?
これから話すこと どうか信じていただきたい。
Right.
俺の母は天女島の女です。
Oh! How? Wait, what? No! That doesn't make sense! For one, you have color. Two, you have a dick. That doesn't make sense! No, that doesn't make sense. We've already been told that women of the white give birth to white females. Okay. You did call that. I believe that instant. I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. He must be He must be a rare case, then. It must be a very rare occurrence that their child, a child of the white, of a woman of white, is another. Oh! Maybe Akaza could be a special exception because his father's an outsider. Because remember, Jigen washed ashore here and then got a color artificially injected into him. So Akaza could be the exception because his father's an outsider. But then again, we'll need to go into this a bit more. But man, you called that, Kaze. I completely was like, nah, they won't do that. Huh? As the words echoed from my ears, it felt to me as if time had stopped. It was akin to the moment when Tsukuyomi told me that all the women on Tenyo Island, including my mother, had died. Maybe. Oh, thank you for the biddies as well. Oh. Oh! Oh. Wait, no. Oh, this doesn't. I don't know if this works. I thought of something, but I'm like, wait, no. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't work. I was like, wait, no, that would be a twist, but no. Akaza's older than Byakuya. Akaza's like 22, right? 22, 23? So it wouldn't really. I had a sneaking thought just 1 minute that, like, what if Akaza is the Red Calamity and his birth as a red colored person is what caused the issue? Because holy shit, for the first time, this has happened. But the timelines would not. No, he would have to be younger. He would have to be younger than Byakuya for that to work. So no. Doesn't no. It was an amazing idea, but no, he would have to be younger than Byakuya for that to work. So no. Yeah, he would have to be younger. It was almost a cool idea.
名は鈴葉というそうです。
Suzuha. Suzuha, Akasa's birth mother and a woman of the white who fell in love with Jigen. She passed away soon after giving birth to Akaza. Yeah, wait! I thought only girls were born to the white.
そう聞いています。
Yeah, they've been told that only white women give birth to white women. That's such a weird sentence out of context. But that's what we've been told, and that's what I just accepted that at face value.
ですから俺は天女島で生まれた唯一の男ということになります。
Or it could just be outsiders can have colored children with women of the white. Or at least there's a chance of it happening. Or it could just be 50-50, and it could be that, like, if the child's a girl, the girl will always be white, but if it's a male, the male can take on the color class, can possibly take on the color class of their father. Because the reason why I think now that there can be male members of the white is because of the white looking NPC from the sequel. I've shown a few photos of the characters in the sequel game that's already out in Japanese, by the way. It came out last month, I think. There's a new NPC who looks like he is from the white color class. I think he is from the white color class, and I feel like maybe with sons, it's a 50-50 chance between them being colored or them being white, but also a white woman is more likely to have a girl. Does that make sense? Right? Like, it makes sense because we're talking about Olympia Soiree, but outside of, just context matters. But yeah, I think it's probably something like a woman of the white has maybe a 90% chance of having a female, and that female daughter will always be white also. But there's like a 10% chance she could have a son, and then within that 10% chance, there's a 50-50 chance that he is going to be of a color class or a white color class. At least I think that's where my theory is going to be for now, until we get other information. Okay, but so far Kaz is saying he's the only male born.
男である俺は生まれてすぐに天狗島に送られ、関で育ちました。
Immediately after his birth, he was sent to Tengu Island and raised as a red.
ですから正直に言えば、先日あの島へ向かったのは、俺自身の興味でもありました。
I don't know. It depends on what we get. Because there could absolutely be others who have just been integrated in with their color traits class.
自分が生を受けた場所を見てみたかった。あなたを連れて降り立った時、ひどく懐かしい気がしました。
Oh,
本当に
wait.
あの日が初めてだったのですか。
That might also be why he was let through. Because he was born there. Probably integrate them without recording it. Or specifically like saying, oh, this blue child is XYZ's son without listing a mother. Or just listing a woman that they're with on the main island.
父に散々聞かされていたせいかもしれませんね。
So Akasa was born on Tenyo Island. That means Lord Jigen married a woman from the white bloodline. Waves of emotion swelled inside me, almost too powerful to understand. Yes. My thoughts were baffled by an internal storm, leaving me unable to speak.
真実ですよ。信じがたいとは思いますが。
His tone was caring, as if concerned by my silence. The sound of his voice quieted the waves inside of me, and I felt a moment of relief. Just so you know, I believe you're telling the truth. It's just that Well, you said it is hard to believe. And I know that I'm contradicting myself.
その気持ちはわかりますから、まずは深呼吸でもして落ち着いてください。
Because I'm pretty sure Kaz is like 22, 23. So yeah. This would have happened before Byakuya was born. And before the Red Calamity. I took 3 deep breaths as he
俺
suggested.
はね、浜で拾われた子なんですよ。
What?
次元は表向きには婚姻を結んでいませんから、俺を捨て子と説明したらしいんです。
Yeah. Oh, okay. So on paper, Jigen adopted Akaza, but they are actually biologically related.
他の式で生まれた関の子を引き取ることは珍しくないですしね。
Well, that does make sense, but it doesn't necessarily apply to your case, right?
少なくとも俺は可愛がられましたよ。次元からも関のみんなからも。
It was really hard to believe. But there was a hint of nostalgia in his expression that led weight to the story.
ですからあの渦潮のことも聞いていました。先日は潮の関係と説明しましたが、あの渦潮は白の女を通すのだそうです。
Huh? Are you telling me?
つまりあなたがいたから渦潮は収まったのです。
Because of me? But Tsukiyomi's never told me that before.
幼いあなたが渦潮に飛び込まぬよう案じたのでは。
The whirlpools let women of the white through.
俺と次元のこともあり、一度に説明するとあなたが混乱するかと思いまして。
Well, the information has been overwhelming. I stared at Akaza rowing the boat. His color ribbon seemed unnecessary given his deep red hair and eyes. I still can't believe you were born on Tenyo Island. You don't really have any white traits. I stopped immediately, realizing how rude I was. I'm sorry. That was very rude to say.
そうですね。俺にはこの通り全く白は出ていません。これも次元から聞いた話ですが、生まれた時から白らしい気配は全くなかったそうです。ですから何かを証明しろと言われても難しい。
Wait. Wait. I've got a cool idea. Oh, I hope this is how it happens. What if he has latent white abilities and instead of Byakuya's hair just turning red, they actually swap hair colors and Akaza's hair turns white to show him latently taking on her color. I would love that if that happened. I think that would be so fucking cute. I don't know how that works or if it would work, but I think that would be really fucking cute if they just swapped hair colors because they're taking each other's color traits. She's taking his red and he's taking on her white. I don't care if that's not what canon is. I'm writing a fic. I want to write a fanfic about it. Yes.
それこそ彼が妄言を吐いて俺たちを騙してると思われても仕方ありません。
Do not even manifest that, Akaza. I doubt Lord Jiggy would do that. But I think a male was born on the island. Maybe I can ask Tsukuyomi?
やはり信じていただけませんか？
I believe you, but
無理をしなくてもいいですよ。いっそ今の話は忘れてくださってもいい。
come on, tell him about Tsukiyomi being a fucking dickhead. Huh?
島で生まれたとはいえ、俺は確かに白ではないし、現在全く意味はない。つまらない何かに縛られるのはごめんです。
I couldn't take my eyes off of him. Oh, thank you for the biddies again. Oh. That's a good idea. Oh, you might be right. That would be really cool. I'm adding that to the theories I want to be true shelf. That's him, alright. He didn't question himself, not in the slightest. His strength and outlook on it took a fierce hold of me. You're right. It wouldn't do to be defined by such things. Having cursed blood means nothing. Lord Jigen is still kind regardless, and Akaza isn't a bad person. Maybe. Girl, you can't just give him a full inch, can you?
ところで先日、黒羽から聞いたのですが、あなたは燻製がお嫌いとか。
Huh? Why are you bringing that up?
今、魚の影が見えたので、ふと思い出しまして。やはり。
Now she lied. She lied about not liking smoked goods, and now she's soft locked herself out of good food. And now she's pissed about it. I love you, Byakuya. It's like, shit. I lied and said I didn't like smoked goods, and now I've locked myself out of good fucking food. No. It's not good. She's like immediately trying to like, it's not Kuruma's fault. It's my fault. It's not Kuruma's fault. It's my fault. She wants to blame Kuruma for locking herself out of smoked food. Oh, Byakuya, I love you so much. Girl of my own heart, I swear. Right? Exactly. It's not Kuruma's fault. It's my fault. I guess I'd say I'm not very used to it.
俺が作るものは皆に好評なのです。また仕込みますから、騙されたと思って一口だけでも食べてみませんか?
Oh, she's gonna do the whole. Oh, Byakuya, you fucking. She's gonna do the whole thing. Well, I'm just not used to it. I didn't eat much different foods when I was in Dolma's house, so I'm just not used to the taste. But I'm absolutely open to maybe trying it again to see if I like it. And then when she has it and it's inevitably delicious, she's gonna be like, wow, I never knew they were so delicious. I like this now. Give me more. Take it. You're not this again. I'm not easily swayed by food. Well, if you say so. Girl. Ah, I love her so much. She's so relatable. Well, if you say so. I wouldn't mind trying just a little.
その他、何か食べてみたいものがあれば。
You know how to cook?
流れ着いた本を読んで、見よう見まねで作っているうちに、自然と。料理にはいろいろな文化が反映されますから、あれもこれも作ってみたくなりまして。
Right. Oh, she's got to. She absolutely has to Freudian slip that like that. I hope she does.
なので趣味というよりは、研究の方が近いかもしれませんね。
That's just like you.
ただ勤務中に、ゆっくり料理などできないでしょ。
Well, I love trying any food that tastes good.
そう言うと思っていました。ただ燻製は仕上がるまでにもう少し時間が必要です。それとは別に、今夜食事でもいかがですか？
Dinner?
あなたが喜びそうな店があるんです。
Of course I'd love to go, but... Oh, isn't this a bit too sudden? I didn't know people go out on dates so often.
あまり時間がないので。
Time? You mean my search for a soulmate?
あっという間ですよ。それに他の男が寄りつく暇を与えない方が
It
い
has
いでしょう。
been a week and a half, and she's got a whole year. I mean, I know time flies by fast, but I don't think it goes by that fast. Huh?
もちろん断る権利はありますよ。
Unbelievable. Feels like he had this planned all along. Or maybe I'm just easy to bait. Fine. I'll go.
ありがとうございます。では午後7時半に断りまでいらしてください。
No, yeah, that's fair. As I noted, I took notice of Tenyo Island. For the most part, I think the reason why people are pushing her so much is because they're assuming that she can get Haku. So they're like, please get married and have a baby before you potentially catch Haku and die. But that's so much of a what if, right? And for all we know, Byakuya could be immune to Haku because she's someone of the white. As I noted, I took notice of Tenyo Island.
いい？約束して。あなたも愛する人を見つけて、母さんのように幸せになると。
My soulmate.
やはり島に戻りたいですか？
Don't worry. I'm fine right now. I was just a little homesick, that's all. But even if I returned, there's nothing for me there. Of course, I still do want to go back, but our last trip helped ease the feeling somewhat. No, that is true. You do make a good point. I have my role to fulfill on Tengu Island anyway. I've started to have a more positive outlook on life since you took me there, so thank you.
あなたの中に俺へのささやかな愛情が芽生える日を楽しみにしています。
I almost jumped out of the boat into the sea. Feeling the boat rock, I held onto it tightly. Oh, maybe just a little. But maybe just a little.
よかった。
But I warn you, it really is only a little. Like, a grain of sand. I mean, that's the closest she's come to being honest right away.
では次は2粒くらいを目指すことにします。
I gave up. Nothing I said would deter him, so I resigned myself to looking at the ocean once more. After patrolling the area, we gathered what remains we could find when suddenly...
赤座様、お戻りのところ失礼いたします。軍から至急の確認事項が。
I'm okay. I thought it'd be Kanan coming up to be like, what did you get? Give me the stuff you found. I'm so glad. The longer I can go without seeing Kanan, despite how much I do love him, is great. No. Cheesy, but I approve. The young man quickly rushed to our side.
わかった。すぐ戻るから先に行っていてくれ。
はい。
すまない達木。彼女に紹介させてくれ。
Oh, this is Tatsugi.
オランピア。彼は私の秘書で、緑星の達木。私や黒羽が不在の際には、この者が検閲することもあると思いますので。
はじめましてオランピア様。緑星の達木です。よろしくお願いいたします。
I'm kinda really sad that we don't have NPCs for the other colors. Well, like, okay, so we have NPCs for the other colors. We've got Fuchsia with Fusol, we have Tatsuki of the Cyan, but like, I'm really sad that they don't have character sprites. Yeah, I was really hoping that we would get character sprites for at least one person of each color. Because like, if I go to the glossary again. Nah, where's the... Oh, right there, Chris. I think it's secondary. See, because, like, what, look. We've got, like, I want to know who... Because, like, I just assumed, right, that the other color silhouettes we have here were going to be NPCs, right? Because, like, we've got someone of the fuchsia. We have someone of the vermilion. We've got someone of the aqua and the cyan. Like, everyone else is an NPC. You've got Kanan there. You've got Nagusa. You've got Nagusa. You have Tokisada, and you've got Sakyo up there representing the violet. I was assuming that the other four, representing the fuchsia, cyan, aqua, and cyan, would be NPCs. I'm kind of sad they're not. Pleased to meet you. And, like, they were obviously drawn, like, those character things were drawn for that little image in the glossary. They could have turned those into just half-body sprites because they're NPCs and don't need full-body sprites. Like, I don't know. It just makes me sad.
手紙の配達のことは聞き及んでおります。素晴らしい試みだと思います。微力ながら応援させてください。
Thank you very much. His sweet smile brought joy to my heart. I was really glad I decided to leave the manor.
それでは失礼いたします。
A sudden sense of remorse came over me as I watched Tatsuki run across the beach back to work. I'm really sorry to keep bothering you. I'll try my best to not become too much of a burden.
慎まなくて結構です。
Huh?
それとも俺が毎日ドーマ殿の屋敷に押しかけた方がいいですか？
Well...
せっかく芽生えた砂粒ほどのささやかな愛情を育まなければ。
I looked down at the wet sand beneath my feet. He didn't know that it was more than a grain of sand, did he? Because you're not telling him. Just gonna point that out there. You don't have to come to the manor. I still want to continue my deliveries. So, I hope you don't mind that I continue to report to you. But please, let me know if you're busy.
承知しました。
I'm thinking of staying here to look around the beach a while, if you don't mind. I'll be looking forward to tonight's dinner.
では、
Right.
午後7時半に。
Akasa turned away and headed towards the wharf. I turned around with my back to him. I mean, I couldn't keep watching him forever. Not to mention I need to hide my embarrassment. The time we spent together just now wasn't a date, right? So tonight's a real date. Something told me he had already reeled me in. I thought I put up a pretty good fight, too. So Akasa was born on Tenyo Island. Now that I was a bit calmer, I felt a lot better. My father may have died, but Lord Jigen is still alive and strong. Yeah, so Byakuya is under the assumption that her father is dead, which could still be true. I guess he must have departed the island before incurring the wrath of Lady Amaterasu. I thought Tsukiyomi was the only one with some connection to Tenyo Island. Hearing of the others connected to the island made me feel a strong sense of closeness to them. Ah! A crashing wave reached further across the sands than before. Oh! A book. Oh, Izanagi and Izanami. Here's the chapter namesake. Izanagi and Izanami. Isn't Izanami the name of the goddess who sleeps in Shirimizu Spring? I carefully peeled apart the pages to read the content. Long, long ago, the god Izanagi and the goddess Izanami were wed. Izanagi, one of the creators of the first world, along with Izanami, 3 gods were born from his ablution. He sealed Izanami's unsightly form into the darkness. They circled Amanomi Hashira to create They circled the Amanomi Hashira to create a child, but their begotten son was born a hideous and unsightly failure. They placed him into a reed boat and sent him out across the ocean. The ocean? That's horrible. The child's name was Hideko. The child, Hideko, was left to drift for all eternity.
そこにことよからまれびとであるヒルコが足の船に乗り現れた。
Wait, this isn't referring to Lord Hideko, is it? In giving birth to Kagutsuchi, god of fire, Izanami died from the burns she bore. Longing to see his wife again, Izanagi traveled to Yomi, land of the dead, to find her. They walked hand in hand up a long slope to the surface, promising to never look back. But, unable to endure his curiosity, Izanagi turned to look behind him. There stood a hideously rotted Izanami, too grotesque to even lay one's eyes upon. Izanagi threw peaches at the unsightly witch of Yomi to drive her back to the depth. Huh? I stared at the book, surprised at how the story unfolded. So he went to find her, and then chased her away. Izanagi is so horrible. I mean, just because his wife became unsightly from all that? That was the end of the story. Wait, that's it? This is supposed to be a happy ending. No. The only other gods mentioned in this game so far is Izanagi now, Tsukiyomi and Hideko, and Susanoo, who is the one who killed Amaterasu. So, yeah, Kagu being named now is the first time he's been mentioned. I can't believe this is the end of the story. There must be more to it. Oh, poor Izanami. Maybe there is more to it. I'll take it back to the hideout and let it dry. Oh shit, Tsukiyomi was listening! And yeah, she was saying this out loud. Yeah, she was reading the story aloud. So yeah, Tsukiyomi heard all of that.
波は求めし者へ。一体誰が愛し子にあの物語をもたらしたのだ。ヒルコ、スサノオ、母上、それともアマテラス。
Right, yeah,
お
because
前かい
Tsukiyomi and Hideko are siblings. Same with Amaterasu.
ならば僕は今度こそお前を守らなければ。
Right.
今度こそ赤き男からお前を守らねば。
Yeah, the more we go down it, it more just seems like Tsukiyomi is just just prejudiced against the red. And he's assuming that because Akaza is someone of the red bloodline from Susanoo, that he's also just gonna be awful to Byakuya. Seems like he's making an assumption. Yeah. Oh, wait, does that mean Tsukiyomi is gonna be the antagonist of this route? Because, like, you know how in the other routes we've got fucking Kanan and Nagusa and Sakyo being bitches. I'm guessing that this time it's Tsukiyomi who's gonna be the bitch to deal with in this route. God, this is so interesting. I should leave the book open. I set down the wet book on the table and placed a small seashell in between each of the pages. It's only a picture book, so I doubt it would make an impact on Tengu Island. I'll add it to my collection. Once it dry its least, I'll let Akaza know.
あっという間ですよ。
Just be careful.
他
Because
の
I
男
am
が寄りつく
absolutely
暇を与え
wondering
ない方
now
がいい
if,
でしょう。
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, well, please stay there while it dries, because I'm so sure Tsukiyomi's gonna fucking go and steal the book. Same, Brancel. Of all things. I suddenly remembered what happened earlier and blushed thinking about it. This isn't good. At this rate... I let out a sigh as I looked at the seashell cup sitting on my shelf. My duty is to find a husband and bear children. Nothing really bad has happened so far. Like everyone says, Akaza seems to be a perfect match. And likely the best candidate to be my husband. Right. Too bad she doesn't live in an area where you can have a hairdryer.
あの男だけはやめておきなさい。
There are many idiots who have won the lottery, Kaze. You need to be a little bit more specific. But Tsukiyomi seems to be completely against it. I wanted to honor his advice because I trust him, but I also wanted to make my own decisions as an adult. I don't need to make my decision yet, so I guess I can spend more time getting to know Akaza. After all, I have a feeling there's more to him, just like Lord Jigen.
母上。
That's so dumb. That is stupid. Is this before bank accounts? Digital bank accounts were a thing?
僕の声が聞こえますか？この世界を変える日が近づいてきましたよ。
Whoa, okay.
光は闇へ、日は月へ、生は死へ。
Motherfucker is a villain! He is a bitch! From light to darkness, to the sun, to the moon, life to death.
あの娘の誕生日。あなたは僕の呼びかけにより、皆そこで目を覚ました。 どうか手を貸してください。僕は今度こそ。
こんにちは。辻裏一ついかがですか？
あ、
今日売れ行き最悪なんだよ。つべこべ言わずに買え。
Same as usual, isn't he? I'll take one.
ありがとうございます。
I gazed at the Suzuki in my hand. I wonder what it says today. Maybe. Did that happen on her birthday? I don't think it did. It happened around it though. Yosuke's flower reading said I would find my soulmate soon, but if the slip said something about my husband appearing. What? Chaos approaches.
バカ。そんなこと本気で気にしてんのかよ。その髪は適当に詰めてんだぞ。信じるなんて子供だな。
Everyone wants a good one. Mm. Then maybe it did happen on her birthday. Oh no, you're probably right. Because if Izanami answered his call on her birthday, then yeah, that stands to reason she would nuke the sun for a little bit. Whether someone believes it or not is up to the person. But everyone wants to get good results, you know?
この紙の言葉だってジジイが適当に思いついたこと書いてんだぞ。お遊びだよ、お遊び。
I ignored what he said and took a bite out of the cracker. Huh? Suddenly, the Idaha flower on my cap fell off. I didn't feel a strong wind, and I hadn't shaken my head.
おい、空が暗くないか？あ、ついさっきまで晴れてたのに。
Huh? Hearing the clamor in the plaza behind me, I looked up and froze. They do, yeah. A lot of East Asian places do, and well, pretty much the majority of Asian places do take the supernatural and any sort of fortune telling seriously enough. It's a big part of their culture. Pretty much any Asian country I can think of has a very strong divine / fortune teller kind of aspect to their culture and history. Like, when it comes to Southeast Asia, you really don't want to piss off their ghosts. They're a whole different kind of ghost from their lore and their history. They're the ones you really don't want to piss off, apparently. From what I've seen on Twitter of, like, my Southeast Asian followers, or people I follow who are Southeast Asian, they always make a note of don't piss off our ghosts because they will fuck you up. So yeah, a lot of it has to do with culture. Hearing clamor in the plaza behind me, I looked up and froze. No, it isn't the cloud, it's... Doma! Did you see the sky? Something strange is happening to the sun. I know today isn't the day, but can I go and perform my ritual?
私もお前を呼び戻そうと思っていたところだ。支度を整えなさい。
Yeah. I don't believe in the supernatural either. But doesn't mean I can't psych myself out when I go to a spooky place, you know? My rational brain is ghosts don't exist. No such thing as spirits, no such thing as vampires or demons or werewolves or fairies or any kind of magic. But I go to a spooky place in the middle of the night, I might just psych myself out and be like, oh my god! You know? I noted, but then realized immediately after. Oh, their date.
では午後7時半に
I don't know, I feel like this is an emergency. I feel like Akaza should understand. I'm supposed to have dinner with him tonight. But I need to attend to the rite immediately. I'll have to send a message to cancel our date. I felt so sorry and disappointed that I wouldn't be able to see him. But equally concerning was the state of the sun. Toma, what is going on? Good point. I thought the solar link had been repaired.
またほころびたのだろう。
It seems like Tsukiyomi is purposefully, messing with the solar link.
先日も話したが、長く使えばほころびも生じる。一つのほころびが次のほころびを呼ぶこともある。
yeah, because he could have been watching them the whole time, right? Before Akaza left. Maybe, yeah. I think that is it. That's very unsettling. Are things going to be alright?
私は私の役目を果たす。
Huh?
お前はお前の役目を果たせ。
I'm wondering. Yeah. I'm wondering if Doma's also a god. Like Tsukuyomi and Himuka are. Because, like, with Jigen, right? His knowledge of separating Cinnabar and making it useful in something that's not deadly is knowledge that humans can have, right? It's knowledge that normal, everyday humans from our world can have and can learn. Creating a magic link between the island and the sun that makes it work again is not knowledge that a normal person can have or is capable of, right? So I'm wondering if Doma is maybe also a sibling of Tsukuyomi's in that, and he's also a child of Izanagi and Izanami. But then why hide that, and why wouldn't Himuka and Tsukuyomi know that already? Like, they would have to be aware, right? Because they can sense each other. So I'm not sure. But you could be right. Huh. I am filling my role. Why is he always like that? Maybe. Well, he's also Japanese, so he'd have to be a Japanese figure. But you're right. He could just yeah. Curiouser and curiouser. He says whatever he wants, but he never really answers my questions. What part does he play in this all anyway? Exactly what I want to know, Byakuya.
マレビト・ドーマはそんな不思議な力を持つ白の協力を得てヒルコにとって代わりこの島を掌握しようとしているのではないか
Is there some secret I don't know about? There most absolutely likely is.
今日の昼間太陽が暗かったよな。やはりお前もそう思ったが、この間もいきなり消えたし、大丈夫なのか。
まさかまた石化の際のようなことが。
Huh? Yeah. Calm down. Just stay calm. It'll never happen again. Ever. After all, I'm the only white remaining.
いや、だがもう白はオランピア様だけだ。最後の白が死んだりしたら。
Stop. You shouldn't say things like that.
今日も無事に太陽が昇るといいわね。
夜が明けないなんて、あんな恐ろしい日々は二度とごめんだ。
I don't blame you. I never want that to happen again either. Huh? You want me to offer show when I dance?
そうだ。
Show are made from the souls of the people, aren't they? Why do I need to offer them? That's not what we did back on Tenyo Island.
白の女は今やお前一人。祈りだけでは心もとないから。これはことよの知恵。お前は何も案ずるな。
That was always how he explained the link, but strangely enough, it did make the sun shine. At least until now. But the link crumbled again.
関は呪われた地だ。お前を不幸にするに違いない。
Funnily enough, New Zealand, specifically Maori myth, has a story that is the opposite of this. Rather than the sun needing to be like found or resurrected or brought back, we have a myth where the sun needed to be slowed down. Basically, Tane, who is the son, one of the 5 sons of the Earth Mother and the Sky Father. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but basically, there's this myth in Maori legend where the sun would rise and set too fast, to the point where there was not enough hours in the day to get anything done. That it was basically like a flash of light and then it would set again. So what Tane and his brothers did, they made a magic net that they would then cast onto the sun as it did its massive, fast shum around. And they took the net and, like fishermen, pulled it so much that it slowed down to where we now have the 12-hour day. So yeah, for us it was a problem of the sun is rising and setting too fast. Slow it down. We need more sun hours. Yeah, Maori myth is fucking amazing. I think one day when I have time and do some more research, I would like to go over some Maori myth and Samoan myths as well, because they're part of my heritage. Go over them and learn more about them, because I don't know a lot about them as well, due to reasons. Like, there's another story where the Earth Mother and the Sky Father loved each other so much that they were so close. They were basically smushed against each other all the time, embracing, that there was not enough space between them for Tane and his brothers and the people of the island, the humans of the island, to actually move and prosper. So another story that we have is Tane and his brothers forced the Sky Father and the Earth Mother apart to actually make way for the space between the earth and sky. And the reason why it rains is because it's the Sky Father crying that he cannot be in the embrace of his Earth Mother anymore. And I think that's also really fucking cool. So yeah, I don't know. They're really cool myths, and not many people know about them because Polynesian history and stories and stuff are just not explored often. Moana is kind of really the closest thing we have to mainstream acknowledgement of Polynesian myth and culture. Yeah, basically. They're really cool myths, though. And they're not all the same, as well. If this is just a coincidence, This isn't because of me and Akaza. They are. Cause I remember another one that I was told as a kid about why the kiwi is brown. I think there are other versions of the story for other native birds in other countries, but basically it's like the kiwi was so arrogant that when the world was being created, it wanted every color in the whole world. Where the kakapo chose green, the tui picked black and white, and the pukeko picked blue and red. The kiwi was like, I want all of them. I want all the colors in the world. And then when the god in charge of it was like, sure, I'll give you all the colors, he turned shit brown. Kind of in a way to like teach kids not to be arrogant or greedy, otherwise you'll get shit. You'll be ugly and brown. And that's why the kiwi sounds so frightening. It's because it's pissed that it's brown now, because its arrogance led it to be brown. I feel like I've heard a different version of that story for like other birds in other countries, but it's funny how everyone seems to have their own version of that. Standing on the stage was calming me down. Either way, back to the game. Standing on the stage was calming me down. Oh, Byakuya is so pretty. I need to quickly pay my rent. I'll be right back. Make a payment. Nice. But hey, that's a cool myth for how we've got like the Arctic and deserts. I don't know. That's the one thing I like about mythology is how I don't know. I like it. I like mythology. I need to get a hold of myself. I'm not allowed to be afraid. I'm the last of the white. I will restore the sunlight. Oh, colors-ish. Oh, thank goodness. See? It had nothing to do with me and Akaza. Look how brightly the sun's shining now. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing. An impossible love. So if we're going for 2 hours... Myths are cultural fossils. Yes. And then you have this generation, which includes a guy who made... He made like a meme statue of... What was it? I think it was the fucking handsome Squidward athletics statue. Who then asked permission of his local, like, government to be like, hey, can I bury this in our ocean to fuck with archaeologists in the future? And they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So now there's like a half-buried fucking handsome Squidward, like, Greek-style statue in the bottom of some random place in the world. Just hoping that in the future, archaeologists or aliens or whatever from the future find it and get fucking confused. So, like, yeah, absolutely. Mythology and all of that is cultural fossils, and then you've got this generation who just wants to fuck with people. If you think people didn't do that in ancient Greece, you're doing history wrong. Good point. Good point. Good. Looks like the sun is doing fine today. I looked out across the glittering sea. The sky was such a clear blue that it was hard to imagine what happened yesterday.
私は私の役目を果たす。
I think probably only maybe 1 more hour. When it comes to doing Otome game streams, I think shorter is better because it's probably a bit hard to go through 3, like 4, 5 hours of reading, even though we have done that before. Also, it's a bit hard on my voice and speaking, so I might only go at maximum maybe an hour more. I will fulfill my role. That is a bit of a weird line from Dolma. That's a bit ominous of a line. What do you mean? What role? Does he just mean as his outsider role? Yeah, I mean, after these 2 hours, my voice is starting to feel a bit sore, so I might even only go for another half hour. I'll just see how my throat feels as we go on. Because I feel like 2 hours is a little too short. Thank you for the hydrate. Unfortunately, I can't be bothered going up to get my water bottle. Oh, wait, no. I don't need to get up. It's right beside me. In my bag. Yay. God. My room's a mess though. I do probably need to clean it sometime today. I bought a cover for my mattress, like a full waterproof soft cover that completely encapsulates my mattress because I keep taking drinks and food into my bed because that's where I eat and I keep spilling shit. So I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna get a cover for my mattress so I don't ruin it. And I had to throw everything that was on my bed off of my bed. So as you can imagine, as someone with ADHD, my bed had a lot of crap on it. And now my floor has a lot of crap on it. So I've got to do that sometime today as well. But hey, the cover works nice. I haven't spilt anything on it yet, but we'll see how that goes. And what representation? No, that's not. Reputation, that's the word, is that. What Doma said yesterday is still bothering me. Maybe Lord Jigia knows something. A letter to the Yellow District. I put the letter inside my bag and noticed Yosuke coming out of the bathhouse.
やあ、おはよう。君も太陽も無事だったようで何より。
Good morning, Yosuke. Did it cause a panic in Yomi too?
いや、住民たちはほとんど気づいてない。ただ、上からのお客様が。
Ew!
ほら。
No. I am cleaner than that, please. I bathe every second day. I wash my hair every second day. I put deodorant and antiperspirant on every morning. I may be a little bit of a mess, but I am not anywhere near that bit of a mess. I don't have cockroaches crawling around my room, for one. Goodness, no. It's just that there's not anything really on the lounge to eat on. And my room has a TV that I don't share with my dad. I'm sorry if it caused anyone to worry, but things should be fine now. Or so I hope. I'll do better to pay more attention to the sun.
まったく君はそんなことを。
Oh, and in terms of... Yeah, it does. But when it comes to Asmongold, it's really not exaggerating when we have video evidence of him chasing water with soda and a cockroach crawling on his shoulder, so there's a bit more evidence in his in that area with him. Oh, once. There you go again. Huh? Did I say something strange?
そうやって一人で背負い込んじゃダメだよ。確かにあの舞は大切なものだろうけど。せめて赤座に片棒を担がせたら。
Oh, really? I don't know. I don't pay attention to Asmongold much. I followed him briefly when he was doing that stint playing Final Fantasy XIV, where it seemed like for a moment playing Final Fantasy XIV made him a slightly better person, and then he quit playing and regressed back to being a dick, so I'm like, no. I thought you were improving. Never mind. Now he said awful shit again and gone back to pretty much how he was before then, so I stopped following him after that. Mm.
僕と黒羽でかけてるんだ。君たち二人が。
Like, it seemed for a while he was improving. He was opening up his mind to different things, and he was being a lot more... less neurotic. But then I think it just stopped making him as much money, so he went back to being a grifter. What? Wait, what was that? Actually, I have a bet going with Kuraba regarding when you two will marry. Wow. Thanks, Yosuga. Huh?
お似合いだよ。僕も心から祝福できる。
Why, you're teasing me again, aren't you? I pouted and leaned back against the letterbox.
あれ？ご機嫌斜め？
Not at all. It's just everyone keeps acting as though Akaza's going to be my husband.
他の男を味見したかった？僕でも食べておく。
Yeah, very, very rarely he'll say something I agree with, and then he follows it up with something absolutely atrocious, and I'm just like, no. Which is annoying when that happens with someone. I mean, I guess he's kind of a piece of shit regardless, but... It's just like when someone says something you agree with, and then immediately turns around and says something awful, I'm like, no. It's like... Whenever someone on Twitter makes, when like there's Twitter drama over like fandom stuff, and someone's like saying something I agree with, and then they fucking call the other person the R slur, I'm like, okay, I was agreeing with you until you decide to hurl slurs at people. How about don't do that? I don't know. I'm so kind of really upset about the resurgence seemingly of people using the R slur like it doesn't mean anything, or if it's perfectly fine to say. It makes me quite angry. Like, we went through so long with everyone acknowledging and understanding that calling people the R slur was not a good thing to do. And now apparently it's come back with a vengeance. Makes me mad. As someone who has been called that in my childhood. because of my mathematics learning disability and other things. It's... yeah. Maybe. I don't know, I feel like Yosuga's the type to be... he might be upset or hurting, but I feel like he cares more about Byakuya being happy. I pounded him like never before.
いい顔。まあ、赤座のことは。確かに君本人にしたら、押し付けがましく感じるか。
Well, I'm not saying you can't say anything.
心配だったんだよ。どんな男を選ぶか。問題のあるやつだったら困るだろ。
Honestly, yeah, I kind of feel like Yosuga and the others would prefer her being happy with Akaza than being with some shithead like Nagusa or Kanan. I think that's the main thing here. It's like, so long as it's not fucking Nagusa or Kanan, please, someone who's nice. That's fair, yeah. Like, okay, to be objectively fair, idiot and dumb do have the same kind of history. Especially dumb or lame do have the similar history to the Arsler. It's just the difference is that I don't know, it feels different to me, I guess, because I've personally had it happen to me, or that it's still commonly used prejudiciously. Does that make sense? I don't know, it's really hard to explain without getting personally, like, anecdotal about it, but... I understand, but I never once said that I was going to take Akaza as my husband.
でも、かなり興味は持ってるだろ。
It's nothing special, apparently. No, yeah, because, yeah, I remember being a kid and just hearing it everywhere. Same with saying gay. Like, that was a thing when I was younger. Oh, that's gay. Oh, that's very gay. And it's just... I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit too woke, but I feel like saying those kind of things is just not okay. I'm not for any use of slurs, to be honest. Sort of. I mean, it's nothing special.
耳まで真っ赤だよ。でもね、真面目に言うけど、この島の男だったら、
I don't know, I just feel like if you're gonna belittle someone or insult them, you can be a bit more creative in being racist or ableist. Like, get a bit more creative with your insults. Like, in New Zealand, I'm not sure if this is a common insult to in other countries, but in New Zealand, a common thing to call people who are being stupid is to call them an egg. What the fuck you doing, you egg? Well, you're being a silly egg. Like, I don't know, be creative. So yeah, I don't know. It just feels cheap. And awful. Call someone an egg instead. Call them an egghead. Unable to respond, I rummaged through my bag.
だいたいその手紙の配達
検閲なんていかめしい言葉でごまかしてるけど、何かあった時には赤座が全責任を取るということだからね。
Huh? I was grateful he allowed me to do my deliveries, but I didn't expect him to assume more responsibility. Exactly. I'm so pathetic. This is embarrassing. It didn't even dawn on me until you mentioned it. You're right. I should have seen things from Akaza's perspective. Suddenly, Yosuke gave me a gentle smile.
赤座が君に興味を持つ理由はすごくわかる。誰とも目を合わせず、誰とも口を聞かず。噂とは大違いだから。
I had my reasons for being so distant.
赤座が好きになりそうな女の子だなと思う。
Huh? I suddenly covered my face and took a step back. Wait a minute. Let's just drop the subject. I have an errand to do, so please excuse me. Ugh. Unbelievable. I appreciate everyone worried about me, but they don't understand what it's like to be on the receiving end. I was both flustered and puzzled. I know Akaza can be trusted. He's also respectable and takes good care of others despite seeming distant, I think. But I want to know more about him. It goes both ways. I doubt he knows much about me yet. I wonder what he'd say if he found out that I almost killed Doma. I scoffed at myself when suddenly, huh? I sensed a powerful presence behind me. Himuka! Is that you, Himuka? He was staring at me from behind a wall, like he always does. Good day. He looked down without completing his sentence. Huh? Yeah. And with that, he walked away. I stood there in a stupor, unable to figure out what just happened. Did he say Amaterasu? Maybe I'm hearing things. Right. I looked around for Himuka, but his silvery-haired figure was nowhere to be found. What was he trying to say to me? I think he was asking Amaterasu to please return soon. I frowned a bit, trying to understand what he said when... I sensed someone again. I turned around quickly to find a green-haired girl standing behind me. The mark of a criminal was clearly on her cheek. Oh, is this the yapping girl who likes Kanon? Yes, Sara. She thrusted a letter at me. I rubbed my eyes to make sure I was seeing it right. To my beloved Lord Kanon. Well, yes, but... She bowed her head before running off joyfully. Love. Is this really a love letter? There seemed to be no question about it. I better not get nosy. I tucked the letter inside my bag and headed back to Yomotsu Hirasaka. I might finish up soon. I'm getting a bit sleepy now. I'm sorry about the sudden cancellation yesterday. I bowed at my head in an apology the moment I saw him. After you went to the trouble of planning, too.
気にしないでください。私の方でも太陽の光が弱いのは気づいていましたので、 今日はひとまず大丈夫そうですが、最近どうも不安定ですね。
Ah, but then that takes you further and further away from learning an embarrassing secrets. Slash factoid. They're not like secrets, but they're like embarrassing factoids. Exactly. This is the plan. This is what the plan was. Toil over the choice. He took a look outside the window. I'll do better with my dancing from now on.
そこまであなたの責任なのですか?
Huh?
席
You have
から
won this round. Oh shit. He's bringing up the Red Calamity.
確かに13年前、数日世界は闇だった。皆が怯えていたのも覚えています。あなたは確かに天女島のものです。ですがあなたが全て背負い込むことですか?
What do you mean? Like you said, I'm a white from Tenyo Island. It's my duty to offer prayers to protect the sun. If I don't do it, who will? Why is he in a bad mood? I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
失礼しました。ただ、あなたが自分を責めすぎないか心配だったもので。
Huh? I felt my neck tingling. He's supposed to be the Iron Mask, but he's so kind to me. That's so unfair.
では、今日の分の手紙を拝見しましょう。
I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at like 4 a.m. this morning, needing to go toilet, and I couldn't get back to sleep. So between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. when I woke up and started streaming, I had maybe an hour and a half of a nap. So yeah, I'll probably finish after we finish the scene with the Kaza. I'll probably finish up. I'm so glad we have more varied emotes now. Yeah. It didn't help that I decided to open up my phone and scroll Twitter for a little bit, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I love seeing our emotes. We have a cry emote, we have a snoozy emote. I'm so happy we have unique emotes. No, never do that. It's such a good thing I don't have TikTok, because I'll scroll Twitter videos for ages. I can't imagine how worse I would be with TikTok on my phone. Oh, that's right. Here you are.
愛するカナン様へ。
Akasa frowned the moment he saw it. I'm not surprised that it caught his attention.
恋文ですね。
Please spare me the details.
少々お待ちを。
Is there a problem? Oh, is he going to show Kuroba so they can laugh at it? Right, exactly. YouTube shorts and Twitter videos are... Even though most videos on Twitter are just reposted TikToks. Yeah. He went into Kuroba's lab and I suddenly heard noises coming from the other room. What in the world is he doing?
ひとまず不審な仕掛けはないようです。
Hidden? What do you mean?
カナンはカーラ版の総元締めで、この天狗島の情報に精通しています。読みから何らかの報告、 という可能性を疑いました。
Right, no, yeah, this was brought up in the other route as well. But the sender was just a normal girl.
そうですね。文面も至って普通の恋文でした。だからかえって不審で。
I know what he means, but
まあ、思うだけなら罪にはならない。届けてやってください。
from this angle, it looks like the... This is dumb. But from this angle, when he's in the office, it looks like the light shade from behind him is a earring. Okay, you can tell I'm fucking tired because that made me... The more tired I am, the more stupid. It looks like an earring, I'm sorry. I noticed it and I just kept staring at it. You can tell I'm tired because my humor goes down the drain. Expressing affection. Focus.
王のカイナって、あれか。少し前に恋人が処刑された。
I suddenly remembered Kaina's situation. That's right. I'm delivering a letter of love that will never come true. As far as I know, there hasn't even been a response to Kaina yet. As awkward as it is, I still have to make the delivery. I hope he writes letters back and forth to both of them. Back to both of them. Okay. I absolutely don't want to deal with Kanan right now, so we are going to end it there. I don't want to deal with Kanan's bullshit right now, so I am going to end it there for today. Fair, exactly. So, right. No, thank you, don't worry. Next stream, sorry, I forgot to put the schedule up, but next stream is not going to be Pokemon. It is going to be something new that came out just a while ago. I'm gonna be trying Hytale. Hytale, the Minecraft game that was seemingly dead in the water, is out in early access. Oh yeah, trust me, it's got a long ass history. We might watch a video on YouTube of the history of Hytale before jumping into the game, because it's a fucking interesting story, honestly. But it's a voxel sandbox adventure game, kind of like Minecraft, with a little bit more of a focus on fantasy and exploration. The combat's more advanced. You've got to do more interesting stuff. I've watched a couple of YouTubers play through a little bit of it already. So yeah, I'm about to purchase it now, because you do have to purchase the early access. But yeah, we're gonna see how well it runs on my computer. Hopefully it runs. We'll see. If Hytale does not work nicely with my PC, we may just switch to Pokemon anyway, but we'll at least see how it goes. Be prepared to spend like the majority of stream in the character creator. But yeah, those are the plans for now. Oh, right? Yeah, totally. So until then, stay electrifying, and I will zap you later. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming to the stream. Done.